it in a million years.
Everyone says that. You know, me and him have been friends for 16 years.
I know, you had a song like 15 years ago,
yeah,
too,
we've
right?
been like besties for a long time.
People always say that. But
No, this is real. Like, no cross the line.
Besties, like you always kept in touch and you always talked?
We would keep in touch. He would come see me when I had my plays. When I had my baby shower, he would come. Like, we were really friends.
Baby
I was
shower,
pregnant,
like before,
married.
wow.
We just go hustle, bro. I just like to buy whatever I want whenever I want it. I look at life like every day a birthday or a holiday. I don't wait for a holiday or a birthday to make me feel like that. I try to live my life every day like it's a birthday, so I try to treat myself. I don't give a fuck what it is. If I want it, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna ever be foolish with my money, you know. I'm gonna try my best to be as smart as possible. But I'm gonna live life too, though. I'm gonna live life like I wanna. I ain't gonna cheat myself or shorten myself. I'm gonna do what I want with my life, because shit, you know, that shit could go at any minute, so I don't play with life. If I want it, I get it. I don't think about it, period.
Who's more easily bored in relationships, men or women?
Women.
If women are more easily bored, why are they more likely to want marriage and commitment?
Status.
If women are strong and independent and don't need no man, why does the pressure of marriage and commitment typically come from women?
They're liars.
For me, so I don't feel a certain way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put so much pressure on you and find really sneaky ways to manipulate you so that you will always be the thing that I need you to be so that I'm happy.
Tell us the truth!
All right, so what's good, YouTube? It's your man, Book of AlphaRonomy, a.k.a. Doc BOA. Yep, I got time today. Toni Braxton is widely considered one of the most attractive R&B singers, especially for her time. Right now, you know, she's a lot older now. But there was a time where she was considered one of those ones. And it was quite a shock to many of us to realize that she was with Birdman, Cash Money CEO. And that was a while ago.
So we've been friends for a long time.
All right, so it's not that weird.
No, not for me. My mom loves him because he what Big Mama doing?
Yeah.
He would just ask about my mom. He's a gentleman. He's such a gentleman.
Is he?
What?
I could see that.
Opening doors, and he's just a gentleman. I promise you.
Do you find it weird that other people find it weird?
No.
No, because you get it.
I get why they think it's weird.
It's
but
not
they
weird.
don't know him like I know him.
Yeah.
He's very traditional.
No way.
I
He has a
promise
star
you.
on his head.
Okay, yeah, that. But he's very traditional about family and values. He has 2 kids by his high school sweetheart. He's just very traditional. Same baby mama. He had his kids when he was in his late 20s. He's like, no, he's just...
These are the things that are important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always a gentleman to me.
Yeah.
Around me.
And he seems like the type of guy that will lavish you.
It's not just that. Because I got my own money.
Of course
you know what I'm
you
saying?
do.
What people don't know, 2016, November, when I was on tour, October, I was really sick. I don't mean kind of sick. I mean like really,
From the
really
lupus?
sick.
Or
Yeah, I had a
from-
really
alright.
bad flare. And I was on tour. And every day I was on tour, he was there with me.
So it's been almost 20 years since they started floating around as a couple. But none of us knew that they had gotten married because it wasn't a big announcement. They didn't have this huge wedding that you would think Birdman might have, which is the first telltale sign that a woman really doesn't want to be with you. Let me rephrase that, which is the first telltale sign that a woman really doesn't want to marry you. Because there's plenty of women who want to marry a man but not be with him long term. You know how we always say they want to be the bride but not the wife. Lo and behold, word has it that they got married and it didn't last any time at all. They were together over 16 years and they got married and it didn't last but a month before Toni Braxton got tired of the marriage and filed for divorce. Birdman probably isn't going to have to pay her a lot because I'm sure he did a prenuptial agreement. And technically speaking, a marriage that's only lasted for a month, she hadn't been with him long enough to get any paper. But let's talk about the reasons a woman would do that. In a woman's mind, there's a normal progression of a relationship. That's why out of the blue sometimes a woman will ask you, well, where are we going? Do you see me as this or do you see me as that or do you think we'll do this? But a woman doesn't want to be stuck in limbo in a situation because women get what? They get bored. That's just what they do. I tell you men all the time, a woman's idle mind is the devil's playground. He is ready to play. He is happy. He's ready to roll. A man's idle mind is the devil's workshop. He know he got to come to work. He got to implement a plan. But in this situation, you just got to understand, Birdman has no reason wifing up Toni Braxton. Because here's the thing that I want you men to understand. I know this is hard for you men to digest, especially American black men. It doesn't matter what her ranking is or what her popularity is or what her success is. When you're talking about putting a woman in a wife position in your life, it's about her character traits. It's about her not having spread herself thin, both physically and emotionally, with other men. And a lot of times y'all just don't think about that or think along those lines, but you must. You must keep in mind that if a woman truly wants to be with you, she'll contribute something to your life. See, Birdman is a trick by nature. And you know, to get with a woman like Toni Braxton, you know he went straight in tricking because in your mind, you believe what women say. You guys believe that if a woman is living a certain lifestyle, you're supposed to come into her life and take over that lifestyle and start to afford it so she doesn't have to afford it anymore for herself. But that's not what this is about. This is about you having a life and the woman coming into your life. If you even accept it, when a woman says, when you come into my life, you have already set yourself up for the fall. You understand me? That thing is going to fail because as a man, you don't add yourself to a woman's life. You build a life and then you add a woman to it. And a lot of times you take a man like Birdman who got all that paper, all that fame, all that notoriety, all that respect from his peers, that huge catalog, and he'll still sit around here and cater to a woman's whims and let a woman do things the way she want to do as far as the quality of the relationship goes. And I just say to y'all, there's no reason for you to do that. There's no reason for me to do that. There's no reason for any of us to do that. It just doesn't make sense to do it. And the real issue is men don't have the intestinal fortitude to stand up for what they believe in. And in some cases, you believe in what you believe in. It's just not the right thing. Many of you men weren't taught the value of a man. We're not even talking about the value of a woman. You weren't taught the value of yourself as a man. Once you understand the value and accept the value of yourself as a man, you automatically know the value of a woman because you put your life in a place where the positions for her to fit are already there. You don't have to try to make her everything. You don't have to try to give her the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountain. You don't have to give her the world. You can just focus on what you need to focus on, and she'll come into your world, come into your life, and want to be a part of that. Because if nothing else, it's more structured than hers. It's more peaceful than hers. Let me tell y'all something right now. If a woman ain't a virgin, there ain't much she can give you that you ain't already got. You know what you can give a woman that no woman has without a man? Peace. Even the ones who be online talking about they have peace, man, they don't have no peace. Women don't have peace. Women think they have peace when they're not lonely. That's all it is. Women equate loneliness with lack of peace, and they create being with someone and having companionship and all of that. They align that with peace, when in reality, peace is the time that you have away from people who can infringe on your peace. And that's that alone time. And so when you look at a situation like Birdman and Toni Braxton, man, you got to ask yourself, man, if that's the best Birdman can do, and you know, you might say, well, he get one of them young women, they're going to take him down through that. Hell, it seemed like that what Toni Braxton trying to do. But I'm going to tell you something she said before. And when I heard this, I was like, oh, I see what it is. They were best friends. Let me tell you something, bro. That marrying your best friend shit, it don't work. Now, there are some couples together that say they're best friends, but they've been together for a while. They became best friends. If y'all start off best friends, bro, it ain't gonna never work. It ain't gonna never work because some of the things, here's the problem that you guys who be best friend with a woman then try to get in a relationship with her face. You be best friends with her. And then when you're in a relationship with her, she can't talk about the same thing with you that she talked about as a best friend. Now that she's your woman, then you take ownership over her. Well, she's used to talking to you about dudes, and she's probably talking to you about whatever she want to talk about. You know, when you're a male best friend, you're kind of like a honey child, unless you that fake male best friend that she just says is the best friend so she can keep letting you lay the lumber on her. Otherwise, it works out like this. The woman never truly wants you if you're the male best friend, because a woman doesn't understand that if she has a man and they're friends and they get into a relationship, she loses her friend. Because as a friend, we don't have the emotional attachment that comes with being in a committed relationship. We can do that all day and all night. But the very moment we enter into a extensive or a stronger emotional connection with a woman, and that eventually becomes emotional attachment, when you cross over into the emotional attachment, her friend is gone. He's gone. If you see a man who says him and his old lady, man, are best friends, I guarantee they got something strange going on for a little piece of change in their situation. Each and every one of them. So I say this to y'all, man, before I get out of here. Don't let a woman roll with you if she's not contributing to your life, because you never know what her motives are. You got to put a woman to work. And whatever that work is in your life, I'm telling you, brothers, I'm not telling you to do a woman bad. I'm not telling you anything bad. I'm telling you that the only way to know how down for you a woman is, how dedicated to you a woman is to put her to work on your behalf. Make her dedicate herself to the process of your progress. And that way, only that way, will you find out what's really going on. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this Prism of the Ism. And as always, Alpha's up, Betas down. Peace.